Karunyakara Institute of Dalit Knowledge is founded by Dr. Karunyakara, and his idea behind the institution is to provide academic space to scholars, professors, intellectuals who are engaged in the field of Dalit studies. Today, we have our 26th of lecture, and this lecture is a part of a series which we started on 14th of April on the occasion of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Jayanti 2025. And today we have our 26th of lecture. This lecture is a very important lecture for us because our chair and founder are going to deliver today's lecture, and we requested him to please engage or provide today's space for only for the institute. And today this is a remembrance day of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, and we are giving academically tribute to him by today's lecture. And I request Professor Karunyakara sir that please, I am very happy that he accepted our request about for the lecture. And though we have our chair as our guest, but we have to follow a decorum. So I request Dr. Smita Bhagat to please welcome and introduce our today's guest and our chair, Professor Karunyakara sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Akash. It's an honor for me to give an introduction of such a brilliant, honest, dedicated, and true Ambedkarite personality. Today is 6th December, the Mahaparivana Day of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So I pay my heartiest tribute to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Now I am going to introduce today's honorable guest. Professor Dr. Karunyakara is a former Vice Chancellor and founder of Karunyakara Institute of Dalit Knowledge. He is the author of the History of Dalit Identity and Modernization of Buddhism. After completing his PhD from JNU, New Delhi, Dr. Karunyakara joined as Assistant Professor in the School of Ambedkar Studies, Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University, a Central University, Lucknow. He introduced the Dalit History course in the MA History program. He was instrumental in introducing 50% reservation for SC/ST student in the BBAU admissions. He founded Ambedkar University Dalit Students Union in 2000 and Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar Central University SC/ST Teachers Association in 2006. He joined as director cum professor in Babasaheb Ambedkar Sidhu Kanu Murmu Dalit and Tribal Studies Center, Mahatma Gandhi Antarrashtriya Hindi Vishwavidyalaya Wardha. He held post of Dean of School of Culture and former Vice Chancellor of the university. So this is the brief introduction of today's honorable guest. Being a coordinator, I warmly welcome you, sir. Please welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Smita. Professor Dr. Karunyakara sir going to deliver his lecture on the occasion of remembrance of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Dr. Ambedkar's first text, which is very important and academically and a social science in a social science perspective. The text name is Caste in India: Their Mechanism, Genesis and Development. So I think Professor Karunyakara sir to please deliver his lecture.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Akash. Thank you, Dr. Smita, and thank you, Dr. Smita, for wonderful introduction of the chair. Today's speaker, and I must congratulate all the coordinators, Mr. Akash Kobragade, Shashikant, Vijay, Kumbre, and all coordinators, even Suhas also there, many more. I must congratulate all KIDK coordinators who are successfully conducting Dalit Knowledge Lecture Series since Ambedkar birthday, that is 14th April 2025, this KIDK started Dalit Knowledge Lecture Series. These coordinators of the KIDK very successfully conducted 25 lectures, and this is 26th lecture, the 6th December, on the occasion of Baba Saheb Ambedkar death anniversary, that is Mahaparinirvan Divas. We have selected the topic Ambedkar texts. In the sense, Ambedkar wrote many texts. To understand Ambedkar, to understand any thinker for that matter, we need to read original texts, the basic texts. The language of the Dalit knowledge is English. You know very well, what is the language of the Dalit knowledge? English. That is the main reason Karunyakara Institute of Dalit Knowledge conducts its lectures mainly in the medium of English. Look at Ambedkar. Look at Ambedkar's writings. All Ambedkar writings are in English. All Ambedkar's main important writings, majority writings are in English. Hence, it is concluded that English is the language of Dalit knowledge. What is the language of Islam? What is the language of Brahmin religion? What is the language of Buddhist religion? How do you decide that? What is the language? How do you decide? When any question is posed to you, what is the language of so and so? How do you decide? You have to decide based on the core ideas written texts. The core ideas of written texts of Brahmin religion is in which language? In Sanskrit. So Sanskrit is the language of Brahmin knowledge. Sanskrit is the language of Brahmin knowledge. Same way, English is the language of Dalit knowledge. All Brahmin knowledge texts written by Brahmin thinkers in Sanskrit. Dalit knowledge texts written by Ambedkar in English. Therefore, to understand the core ideas of Dalit knowledge, the first and primary requirement is that learning English knowledge. Without knowing English knowledge, you can't read primary texts of Dalit thought. If you want to understand the original texts of Dalit knowledge, you must know English. If you want to understand original thoughts of Brahmin knowledge, you have to read original texts of the Brahmin knowledge. If you want to understand original thoughts of Brahmin knowledge, you need to read original texts of the Brahmin knowledge. Same way, if you want to understand original thoughts of the Dalit knowledge, you must read original texts of the Dalit knowledge. To read the original text of the Brahmin knowledge, you must know Sanskrit. Then only you can understand original ideas of the Brahmin knowledge. Same way, you must know English to understand to read the original text of the Dalit knowledge. Why I am explaining all these things? To understand any community or any thinker, the first and foremost requirement is that to know their language. If you want to understand the whole Brahminical system, Brahmin society, Brahmin history, you must read Brahmin original texts. That original texts are in Sanskrit. So without reading original texts, you will end up understanding translated meanings of the text. Same way, to understand Ambedkar writings and speeches, to understand the original text of Ambedkar, we must know English. To understand Dalit knowledge, we must know English. That is the main reason why Karunyakara Institute of Dalit Knowledge engages intellectual discussion, knowledge flowing, knowledge production, knowledge dissemination only in English. Now you must have understood why KIDK is conducting lectures only in English. Now coming back to today's topic. To begin with 6th December, Mahaparinirvan Divas, we have decided that to understand Ambedkar, to understand Dalit knowledge, we need to read original texts. So let us start with the original text of Ambedkar to understand Ambedkar. So instead of I am giving lecture on any topic, what I thought that it's better to explore the original text of Ambedkar. So which text we could begin? So I thought that this is the volume Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Writing Speeches, volume 1. It is published by Government of Maharashtra long back, long ago. 1979. I think many of you people who are in this, most of you must be not even born. Some might be born, must be small kids. Those days it has been it was published 1979. Of course, few years back, Government of India also publishing these books. But this volume, the first volume of Ambedkar, came in 1979. In the first volume, the first text is Castes in India. The first volume, first text is Castes in India. So we have selected Castes in India to begin with. Bhimrao Ambedkar, even before becoming Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, even before submitting his PhD thesis, at the age of 25, he wrote a paper. The title of paper is Castes in India, Their Mechanism, Genesis and Development. Now, this is the paper, the Castes in India. He wrote this paper when he was just 25 years old. At the age of 25, Babasaheb Ambedkar Means he was not even Baba Saheb, he is not even a doctor. He was just a Bhimrao Ambedkar. Bhimrao Ambedkar, a PhD scholar in Columbia University, New York, USA. He was doing PhD. He was pursuing doctoral degree in the Columbia University, New York, United States of America. At the age of 25, in the year 1916, on May 9th May 1916, Ambedkar presented this paper, The Caste in India, Their Mechanism, Genesis and Development, before the anthropology seminar of Dr. A. Goldenweiser. The seminar was held in the Columbia University. It was an anthropology seminar, as I said. So, in the month of May 1916, he presented paper, The Caste in India, before the anthropology seminar in the Columbia University, New York, USA. After 1 month, June 1916, he submitted his thesis. Thesis, of course, is different. National Dividend of India. The thesis name, National Dividend of India, a historical and analytical study. That was his PhD thesis name. The PhD thesis title, National Dividend of India, a historical and analytical study, which he submitted in the month of June 1916 to the Columbia University for doctoral degree. In the month of June. But in the month of May, a month before submitting his PhD, he presented a paper, Caste in India, before the anthropology seminar. Exactly after 1 year, in the month of May 1916, he presented a paper before the anthropology seminar, The Caste in India. Exactly after 1 year, that's May 1917, he published the same paper, Caste in India, Their Mechanism, Genesis and Development. He published the same paper in highly reputed international journal, Indian Antiquity, in the May 1917, volume number 41. Now my question to all of you, how many of you presented a paper or published a paper, forget about international journal, at least any journal, at the age of 25. Don't say that, sir, before PhD, I also submitted. Because you submitted paper, you published a paper before PhD, otherwise you don't get the PhD. That's the rule. You have to publish 2 papers. Now it is a rule, UGC rule, that you have to publish 2 papers minimum in any journal, then only you will get the PhD degree. So I am not asking that. At the age of 25, now I am asking the age. I don't know what were you doing at the age of 25. At the age of 25, have you ever published, if not deeply researched journal, if not deeply researched paper like Ambedkar, at least somewhat researched paper, anywhere in any journal? This is my question to all of you. I am sure that not most of you might have done it. But Ambedkar did it in those days. Nowadays you have internet, Google, everything. But those days nothing was there. You have to go to library, you have to pick a book, you have to read a book, then only you can write a paper. As I said, Baba Saheb Ambedkar presented this paper before the anthropology seminar. It means, naturally, the paper explains castes in India from the anthropological perspective. To begin with this paper, Ambedkar starts with the position that, taking a historical position that Indian population is a mixture of many races. Indian population is not a single race. Indian population consists of many races. He takes the names of the 4 races: Dravidian race, Mongolian race, Scythian race, and Aryan race. Dravidian race, Mongolian race, Aryan race, and Scythian race. What does it mean? It means that Indian population is ethnically heterogeneous. However, Ambedkar takes a position that Indian population is binding by cultural unity. It is the cultural unity that binds the Indian population, though it is racially heterogeneous, ethnically heterogeneous. So many races came to India from outside and settled in different parts of the territory of India. However, one thing that binds this heterogeneous population is that is cultural unity. This is what Ambedkar observation. What is this cultural unity that binds them? That in due course of my lecture, I'll explain from the Ambedkar point of view. Because this lecture is purely Ambedkar text-based lecture. What Ambedkar wrote in this paper. So text-based lecture. Without understanding Ambedkar original text, we can't understand Dalit knowledge. That's why we are starting with the original text. Ambedkar explains that it is the culture that binds the Indian population, though Indian population is originally ethnically heterogeneous. They are different races. Some people are Dravidian, some people are Mongolian, some people are Aryan, some people are Scythians. However, what connects them, what connects all of them is, it's the culture. That culture binds them. Now, what kind of this culture that binds them? In this context, Ambedkar examined different theories on caste made by eminent scholars, authorities on the caste, many. I'm not going to take all their names. I'm not going to take their definitions. For that, you people, I suggest all of you to read Ambedkar text by yourself. Since it's a lecture, instead of pointing out every word what Ambedkar wrote in the text, I will explain only the gist of the lecture, the gist of the text. What Ambedkar explained in his writing about the caste in India. So if you want to go word by word, more and more, then you could read the text which is available with all of you. So instead of taking the names of the authorities whom Ambedkar referred on the caste, Ambedkar more or less countered all these authorities' arguments. And he came to a conclusion by making his own theory of caste. Ambedkar made his own theory of caste. What is that? What is the Ambedkar theory of caste, which he explained in the Caste in India text? Ambedkar, as I said, Indian population is a mixture of many races. However, it is the unity of caste that binds these different races into one. That's the number one, his position. The number two is that Ambedkar observes that it is the superimposition, excuse me, it is the superimposition of endogamy over the exogamy is the main cause of the formation of the caste. Ambedkar explains that it is the superimposition of endogamy over the exogamy is the main cause of the formation of caste. Now, what is this endogamy, exogamy? These are anthropological words. Many of you must be knowing that what is endogamy and exogamy. However, to make more easy way to understand these words, I would like to define these two words in simple English, in simple English sentences. Exogamy means marriage within the group, within the caste, within the race, within the religion, whatever the group it is formed, what are the basis of the group? The basis of the group could be a caste. So, marrying within the group is endogamy. Endogamy means marriage within the group. Exogamy means marriage outside the group. If you marry outside your caste, that is exogamy. If you marry within your caste, that is endogamy. If you marry outside your religion, that is exogamy. If you marry inside your religion, that is a endogamy. So exogamy, endogamy decides the group formation. What Ambedkar means to say that earlier all the races, though they are different, there was no restriction of marrying between each other. People of one race marry the person of another race. Over the period of time, these races started marrying only within, not outside. That is called endogamy. So, from exogamy marriages, people started practicing only endogamy marriages. Endogamy means marriage only within the group. What Ambedkar trying to say that exogamy was the natural practice. Marrying anywhere, whoever you like, you can marry. You can marry anyone from any race. That was pre-caste. Before the caste was born, it's a pre-caste times. Exogamy was existed. So people were exercising the exogamy. People were marrying, practicing the exogamy marriages very freely without any restriction. Because of the endogamy marriages, caste is born. That's what Ambedkar's observation. Now, I hope that all of you understood what is the exogamy, endogamy. Before I go further, if you don't understand these two meanings, because whole paper is based on these two terms, exogamy, endogamy. If you don't understand the meaning, the simple meaning which I explained, endogamy, exogamy, you can't understand the Ambedkar theory of caste. Now, please let me know any of you not understood. What is endogamy, what exogamy? I will explain once again. Is there anyone not understood what is the endogamy, exogamy?
Yes, sir.
Please raise your hand.
Understand.
You understood? I am asking that those who are not understood, those who have not understood, please raise your hand. It means that everybody understood what is the exogamy, endogamy. However, once again I explain. Exogamy means marrying outside the caste. Endogamy means marrying within the caste. Mahar, marrying within the Mahar. Akash Kobragade married Miss Suhas. Both are Mahars. So this is endogamy marriage, not exogamy. Because of this, what will happen? The Mahar caste formation will be more strengthened. So Mahar caste will never die. Mahar caste will be strengthened more. Now Smita Bhagat. Smita Bhagat is a Mahar, married to Mangesh. Her husband name is Mangesh. What's the full name, Smita? Your husband name? Mangesh Zahib.
Mangesh Lokhande.
Mangesh Lokhande. He is also Mahar. So is it exogamy? Now you tell me, Smita, is it exogamy marriage or endogamy marriage?
It's an endogamy marriage, sir.
Because marriage within the Mahar.
Within the caste.
Right?
Within the caste.
Yeah, within the caste. Where is the Suhas? Suhas, where? May I know? Where is the Suhas? Suhas, I want to talk to only women. Because marriage is ultimately, it's in the hands of the Suhas. I can't see your head, neither eyes. Only your teeth I could see. Put your properly your camera.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Miss Suhas. Yes, good.
Jai.
Now my question to you that you are Miss Suhas from Mahar caste and your husband Mr. Akash is from Mahar caste. Now you tell me your marriage is it endogamy or exogamy?
Sir, we can say it is endogamy, but
Yes,
one
not
more
to
thing
say
there-
it is the endogamy. We can say no explanation. It is the endogamy marriage. Listen to me. It's
Yes.
endogamy marriage and strengthen the caste. Strengthen the caste. Now you see, I have given two Mahars. Are there any Chamar communities who are married within the Chamar? Mr. Bechalal, Dr. Bechalal, are you there? Because only Bechalal photo I could see. Dr.
Yes, sir,
Bechalal,
I
are
am
you
there,
there?
sir. Yes, sir, yes, sir, I am
Open
there,
your
sir.
video. Open your video.
Okay, sir, okay, sir, okay.
Open your video. I want to see your handsome face.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Good. Dr. Bechalal, Mr. Bechalal was, when I was in Ambedkar University, he was my student. Bechalal.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
this Mr. Bechalal, you are a Mahar,
Yes, sir.
you are a Chamar from Uttar Pradesh.
Yes, sir.
Lucknow.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
And you
Yes,
married a woman who is also Chamar from Uttar Pradesh, right?
Yes,
Now
yes, sir,
you
yes,
tell
sir.
me, is your marriage exogamy or endogamy?
Endogamy, sir.
Endogamy, because you
Yes,
married
sir.
within the caste. Now,
Within the caste,
there
yes,
are
sir.
two important. Now, is there any other people who married? Any married guys or girls are there? Married men, married women are there in this meeting? If anybody is there, please open their video. I want to talk to them. No, don't hesitate. Don't feel shy. See, we are social scientists. Society is
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
our laboratory. We are not a physics scientist. We can go to the laboratories, physical laboratory or natural scientists. Or we are not a chemical scientist, not a chemistry professors sitting in the chemistry lab. We are a social scientists. We have to sit in where is our laboratory? Society. We have to sit in the
Yes, sir.
society. Society
Yes,
is our
sir.
laboratory. So, if I am talking to Bechalal, if I am talking to
Yes.
Smita, if I am talking to Suhas, it means that I am talking to chemicals. Chemicals. If chemistry professor talk to chemicals, like that social science professor talk to humans. Humans are my chemicals. Humans are my tools. You are understanding? So, Mr. Akash, so your case is over. Is there anybody? Anybody is there who married? Don't feel shy. Don't feel shy. Like this only we can discuss. Like this only we can. Wait. Like this only we can discuss and produce a new knowledge in the social sciences. Dr. Bhupati Raju, are you married, Mr. Bhupati Raju?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. I am from Chennai, sir, and I married, but within caste only. It is endogamy only.
No. Don't feel guilty. All our guilties are only here. All are sinners. Everybody sinned. Everybody sinned. Sinned human beings only here. No, my question to you is that. Mr. Dr. Bopatraju, you are from Chennai. You are most welcome. Happy to see you. So, which caste you belong?
Sir, my caste is named as Arundadiyar in Tamil Nadu, but the similar caste with Madiga in Andhra Pradesh.
Fine. Chamar in Uttar Pradesh. Right, fine. So, you married to a Arundhati girl only, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. Now your marriage is endogamy or exogamy?
It's endogamic marriage.
Endogamic marriage, right. Now you see, all over India, if there anyone, Mr. Amit, have you married? Amit Kumar?
Sir, I am unmarried. I am a student of masters.
Unmarried. Oh, fine. So you are not yet did your sin. So you have not done your sin. You are waiting to commit a sin. Huh?
Yes,
Okay. Sir. Right. Means you are going to commit a sin. Anyhow, is there anyone who are married? No, same caste or other caste also, no, don't problem. We are talking about the exogamy and endogamy. Now, is there anyone, married people are there? Mr. Sushil Kumar, is there any Sushil Kumar? Asmita? No, I don't want Dr. Asmita, I know about Asmita. I know about Asmita, I'll come at the end, not now. So, is there any Sushil Kumar name is there? Is there any Sushil Kumar?
Ji, sir.
Where is Sushil Kumar? Where is your video? I can't see you.
Ji.
Sushil, open your video. Yes. Are you married?
No, sir.
I want to talk to only married people. Who are married, they only open the videos. No. Everyone should open the videos. I want to see all of your faces, but I want to talk to only married people. Because I am conducting a kind of experiment, a social sciences experiment right now. Are there any married people in this lecture? Please open your videos and talk to me. Now, Asmita, now you tell about your marriage. First, you tell me which caste you belong.
Barber community.
Barber community. Which caste your husband belong?
Mahar.
Now see, Dr. Asmita belong to Barber community. Nai, it's called in North India Nai, Barber community. And her husband, Sudhir Jinde belong to Mar community. Now they belong to both different communities. Now, is it endogamy marriage or exogamy marriage?
Exogamy.
Asmita.
Exogamy.
Exogamy. So because of exogamy, what will happen? The caste will be destroyed. Caste is annihilated. Because of the endogamy marriage, what will happen? Caste is strengthened. So majority people who married here, Dr. Bopatraju, Dr. Smita and Suhas, Akash, Dr. Bechalal, all these people are what they are doing. They're all Ambedkarite. They're all Buddhists, but they are strengthening the caste. And they are fighting against the caste. They're fighting against the caste. But practically what they have done, they have strengthened the caste. Practically, they have strengthened the caste. So Ambedkar is pointing out this thing only. How caste is formulated. Originally, caste is formulated because of the endogamy marriages. Earlier, populations were marrying with each other from different groups, different communities, different races. Look at Asmita. Asmita belonged to Shudra race and Sudhir belonged to Dalit race. So Asmita marriage with Sudhir is not only intercaste, it also inter-races. Asmita belonged to Shudra race. Sudhir, her husband Sudhir belonged to Dalit race. It's not only intercaste, it is the inter-races. But most of you Not even building the Dalit race. You are building the caste within the Dalit race. That will destroy the Dalit race. So whoever marrying their own caste, so-called their caste, because castes are not created by themselves. That also I will explain in this lecture. Caste, nobody created caste. Means nobody created caste means no Dalit created caste. No Shudra created caste. Caste is created by Brahmin. That's what Ambedkar says. Caste created Brahmin. Rest of the people imitated it. So you have not created your caste. You have imitated from the Brahmin. And you are saying, Balle Balle, I am marrying within my own caste. But what you are failed to understand that it is a kind of a social crime. Marrying within a caste is a social crime and spiritual sin. Marrying within the caste is a social crime and spiritual sin. Who says this? Not Ambedkar. Who says this? Smita, who said this? Marrying within caste is a social crime and spiritual sin. Who said this?
Professor Karunyakara.
Professor Karunyakara said. So let it down.
Yeah.
Marrying in the same caste is not only a social crime and a spiritual, it also a spiritual sin. Ambedkar says that marrying within caste formulates the caste. It was first done by the Brahmin and rest of the population imitated it. It's not that Brahmin came to every Dalit and said that you create a caste. No. Everyone imitated. Shudras imitated. Kshatriyas imitated. The first one to imitate Brahmin was Kshatriya. Then Vaishya. Then Shudra. Then Dalit. Now Adivasis. Adivasis, they are losing their tribal identity. They are also every Adivasi, the tribal identity is becoming the caste identity. Earlier, Gond was regarded as a tribe. Now it has become a caste. Because imitation. No Brahmin will go to will go to the tribal people and say that you believe in the caste. It's the tribal people who are creating their own caste by imitating the Brahmin or by imitating the people who are nearby. Nearby Dalits. Who are the nearby tribals? Dalits. From the Dalits, tribals are imitating. Since the social media has come, so they must be imitating from the Brahmin also. So imitation of the Brahmin is the reason for the spreading of the caste. When Ambedkar talk about development, his paper, the caste in India, there are three parts. First part is mechanism, genesis, and development. There are three parts. Mechanism is the first part, genesis is the second part, third part is the development. Of course, when Ambedkar was writing, genesis comes first, mechanism comes later. So genesis, mechanism, and development. Ambedkar regards genesis, mechanism is interlinked. That's why sometimes he says genesis first, mechanism later. Then sometimes he says mechanism first, genesis later. It was the Brahmin who created the caste, according to Ambedkar. Why he created a caste? How he created a caste? Brahmin created a caste being a priestly class. Suddenly Brahmin wanted at one moment of history to keep himself pure away from the others. To maintain the spirit, to maintain the ritual purity, Brahmin felt that his race should be away from the other races. So he transformed his class into caste by marrying within the Brahmin caste, within the Brahmin class. Ambedkar says that there were classes. Now let me explain very clearly. You people understand. Indian population is a mixture of many races and all the people came from outside. Generally people says that Aryans came outside. Ambedkar says that all races came from outside. Not only Aryans, Dravidians also came from outside. Mongolians also came outside. Scythians also came outside. Professor Karunyakara, as a historian, I say that even Dalits also came from outside. Adivasi also came from outside. So all races came from outside and settled in India. According to Ambedkar, this is the first point. Ambedkar says, Indian population is heterodox population. Heterodox population. It's a mixture of many races. It's a heterogeneous population. However, there is a cultural unity that binds them. This cultural unity is the caste cultural unity. It is the caste that binds them. Brahmin also follows the caste culture. Even untouchables, so-called untouchables also, who are the worst victims of the caste culture, they also follow the caste culture. For example, I said, just now I have demonstrated. See, look at all the castes in Dalit race. They're all married within the caste. I have just demonstrated how the communities which are worst victims of the caste culture, the scheduled castes are worst victims of the caste culture. Untouchables are the former ex-untouchables are worst victims of the caste culture. Even then, they are united by the caste culture. The caste, because they create their own caste by marrying within the caste. Endogamy marriages. Unless you break this endogamy, caste culture cannot destroy. Caste cannot be annihilated. You understand this? No. Why Brahmin started caste? I said, Brahmin was according to Ambedkar, Brahmin class was Ambedkar used the term class. In the beginning, there were classes within these races. Dravidian race, Mongolian race, Aryan race, Scythian races. According to Ambedkar, 4 races. Indian population, according to Ambedkar, only 4 races. Dravidian race, Mongolian race, Scythian race, Dravidian race, Mongolian race, Aryan race, Scythian races. Now there are many new historical discoveries are made. New historical methodologies have developed. So from the new available historical methodologies, I could say that Dalit is different race, Adivasi is different race. So there are all these races became into classes. Ambedkar want to say that all these races, few classes have developed. The classes, Brahmin class, Ambedkar used the term class. Brahmin class, Kshatriya class, Vaishya class, Shudra class. 4 classes developed. Now these 4 classes have become castes. Ambedkar want to say these classes have become castes. Look, Ambedkar wrote this paper when he was a young boy. Young man. Just 25 years. It's not that he read many things. He was just a PhD scholar. Of course, the paper is, even today it's a valid. Even today it is a very valid paper. Even today Ambedkar's theory of caste is very valid. However, there are many new research in the history. We can we can revisit the paper and recast the paper in the context of the new developments in the history. That I will be doing in some other lecture. From this Ambedkar's theory of the caste, how one could develop new understanding of the caste on the basis of the new developments that happened in the history research. That I will be dealing with that topic in some other lecture. In this lecture, I will be dealing only what Ambedkar said. So according to Ambedkar, there are only 4 races. Among these 4 races, though they are heterogeneous, culturally they have become into, there is some cultural unity that made them into 4 classes. Brahmin class, Kshatriya class, Vaishya class and Shudra class. Brahmin class started endogamy, not marrying outside. In the beginning, all these 4 classes, they marry each other. That means there was exogamy existing between these 4 classes. But Brahmin started endogamy marriage, marrying only within their own class. That made Brahmin class that transformed the Brahmin class into Brahmin caste. That's what Ambedkar want to say in this paper. Why Brahmin started marrying only within the same class? Why Brahmin transformed the class into caste? Because Brahmin being a priestly class, it wanted to maintain, at one point of history, it wanted to maintain purity by disassociating with others. So it started endogamy, means marriage only within the Brahmin class. That is imitated by Kshatriya class. Hence, Kshatriya class also disassociated with other classes. That is imitated by Vaishya class. That's why Vaishya class also became caste. That was the same thing imitated by the endogamy marriages by Shudras. So Shudra also became caste. So all these classes became the caste, major caste. That's what Ambedkar theory says. Why Brahmin started? I said it want to maintain its purity. Why other classes started? It just want to imitate the Brahmin. Because Kshatriya is not nothing to do with the purity. Vaishya is nothing to do with purity. Shudra is nothing to do with the purity, because they are nothing to do with the priestism. Only Brahmin class is to do with the priestism, because that is a priestly class. But why these three classes imitated? Because of the social superiority. They want to maintain the social superiority over each other. Here the question is, not only they are disassociating with each other, they are claiming superior to each other. Brahmin disassociated with the Kshatriya class, Vaishya class, Shudra class, and claimed superiority, purity and superiority through purity, ritual purity. Whereas Kshatriyas claimed superiority through social hierarchy. So Kshatriya became social superior to Vaishya and others, and Vaishya became social superior to Shudra. This is how the caste formation using the endogamy, how the classes became the caste. This is what Ambedkar theorized in his caste theory of caste, in his paper, Caste in India. Now, how this caste is sustained, the practice of caste is sustained. How Brahmin class sustained this caste formations within the Brahmin class. How? Ambedkar says that Brahmin used three customs to sustain the caste formations within the Brahmin class. These three formations, what are the three customs? Sati, enforced widowhood, and girl-child marriage. Girl-child marriage. What is the sati? Sati means burning a widow with her deceased husband. That is the sati. Burning the widow on the pyre of the dead body of her husband. Burning a woman along with her husband's body. That is a sati. What is the enforced widowhood? Enforced widowhood means once your wife died, a man should not marry. Or once your husband died, a woman should not marry. Theoretically, this is the called enforced widowhood. However, practically strictly applied only for women, not for men. In the Brahmin class. And the last custom that Brahmin class invented to sustain the caste, that is girl-child marriage. Even before girl attaining the marriageable age, your puberty, when the girl is small, when the girl is not matured enough physically to get married, the girl is married to a man of any age. That is girl-child marriage. Marriage of 8 years old man also marry a 6 years old girl, 7 years old girl, 8 years old girl. This is a girl-child marriage. These are the three practices adopted by the Brahmin class to sustain the caste, that's endogamy marriages within the Brahmin caste. When the Brahmin class transformed into Brahmin caste, to sustain the caste purity, they adopted these three customs: sati, enforced widowhood, and girl-child marriages. These are the three. Now, if you want to continue with the endogamy within the marriage within the caste, the most important thing is that you have to maintain balance between marriageable man and marriageable woman. If there is an imbalance between marriageable man and marriageable woman, then caste system will be collapsed. Ambedkar says that caste is not a singular, caste is a plural. There is no one caste, there are many castes. So Ambedkar says that caste, that's why the title of the paper, you look, caste in India. He didn't say that caste in India. Caste in India. There is a caste system. Within the caste system, there are many castes. So it's not the one caste. There are many castes. Brahmin is a class transformed into caste. Kshatriya is a class transformed into caste. Vaishya is a class transformed into caste. Shudra is a caste transformed into transformed into caste. Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra transformed their classes into caste by imitating Brahmin, by excommunicating each other. Excommunicating means disassociating with each other, not marrying with others. That's what excommunicating. So by excommunicating and through endogamy marriages, all these communities sustain the caste structure, caste system. Now look, there are many Mahars, there are many Chamars here who married their own caste. What they are doing? They are doing the same thing which happened in the ancient India. Today Mahars and Chamars are Ambedkarites, Buddhists, well educated. So much of money is there. Big buildings are there. Cars are there. They speak about Ambedkar. They read about Ambedkar. They talk about Ambedkar. But unfortunately, nobody practiced how to destroy how to annihilate the caste. Nobody practiced how to annihilate the caste. So when Ambedkar was discussing how Brahmins sustained the caste system within the Brahmin caste, how he sustained, there are many castes within the Brahmins. So how the Brahmin class sustained this caste system? Brahmin adopted three customs: sati, enforced widowhood, and girl-child marriage. Now I said that to maintain caste, you need to balance marriageable man and marriageable woman ratio. You have to balance the ratio of the equal ratio. There should be equal ratio of marriageable man and marriageable woman. Means one man, one marriageable man and one marriageable woman. If there are many marriageable men, there are less marriageable women, then the surplus man will go and marry from other castes. Then the caste system will collapse. Then endogamy marriage will collapse. If there are less marriageable men and more marriageable women, then surplus women will go and marry from other castes. Then endogamy marriage will collapse. Endogamy marriage system will collapse. It means caste system will collapse. So to maintain the caste system, every caste is doing what is doing. They are trying to maintain the balance of the ratio between marriageable men and marriageable women. For example, if there are 100 mahar marriageable men, 100 mahar marriageable women, or what will happen? 100 marriageable men can marry 100 marriageable women. One mahar man can marry one mahar woman. So caste system can be maintained within the mahar caste. Same is case with the chamar caste. If there are 100 marriageable chamar, 100 marriageable, if there are 100 marriageable chamar men, if 100 marriageable chamar women, then there is no problem. Ratio is balanced. One chamar man can marry one chamar woman. Now the question is that imbalance. When if there is an imbalance between this ratio, then there can't be endogamy marriages. Then the caste system will collapse. How? Suppose among this 100 marriageable man is there, among the chamar or mahar, among the chamar 101 marriage man is there, 150 chamar woman is there. So only 50 chamar man can marry 50 chamar woman. What about the rest of the chamar 50? What they do? They don't have women to marry within the chamar. What they do? They will marry from mahar. Then what will happen? Chamar community will be collapsed. The destruction of the chamar community, annihilation of the chamar caste. So to maintain the chamar caste, what he has to do? To maintain the caste system. What chamar has to do? Chamar caste has to maintain the balance between the ratios, same man and woman of marriageable age. Same is the case with the mahar. If 50 mahar woman is there, 100 mahar man is there, then what will happen? 50 mahar man can marry 50 mahar woman. Then rest of the surplus 50 mahar man, where they can go? They can go marry some other caste. They can marry from chamar also, they can marry somewhere else also. Then what will happen? Chamar caste system will collapse. So caste system within the chamar caste will collapse. That's why to maintain the caste, not only Brahmin, even the chamar Dalits and mahar Dalits also, within the Dalit race also, all the castes, chamar Dalits, mahar Dalits, within the Dalit race, Chatpaun Brahmin, Deshastha Brahmin, Iyer Brahmin, Iyengar Brahmin, within the Brahmin race. So they are maintaining, they don't even marry within the race. If chamar Dalit is marrying mahar Dalit, that's a marriage within the race. They don't do that because caste is important for them. That's why chamar marry only within the chamar to maintain the caste system, and mahar marry only within the mahar to maintain the caste system. Same is the case with the Brahmin. In Maharashtra, Deshastha Brahmin marry only within the Deshastha. They don't marry other Brahmins. Deshastha Brahmin don't marry the Chatpaun Brahmin. Chatpaun Brahmin don't marry the Deshastha Brahmin. Though both of them belong to Brahmin race. Because caste is important within the race. So Deshastha Brahmin marry only Deshastha woman. Deshastha man, Brahmin man marry only Deshastha Brahmin man marry only Deshastha Brahmin woman. Chatpaun Brahmin man marry only Chatpaun Brahmin woman. In Tamil Nadu, higher Brahmin man marry only higher Brahmin woman. Iyengar Brahmin man marry only Iyengar Brahmin woman. Why? Because to maintain the caste system within their race, within their class. Same is the case with the Dalit race. Mahar Dalit man marry only Mahar Dalit woman to maintain the caste system within the Mahar caste. Chamar Dalit man marry only Chamar Dalit woman to maintain the caste system within the Chamar caste. So marriage within the caste that strengthen the caste system. This is what the most important point we must understand. To maintain this system, Brahmin started sati, widowhood, enforced widowhood, and child marriage. But as on date, these three are not practiced. As on date, after the Constitution of India is implemented, after Constitution of India started being implemented, under the constitutional India, sati is banned. Of course, sati was banned by the British only. There is no enforced widowhood. There are no child marriages. But how the caste is sustaining? Caste is sustaining because of belief in the social superiority, imitation of the Brahmin. So Ambedkar used the two reasons why the caste is spreading, why caste is spreading and strengthened by the non-Brahmins. Be it a Kshatriya, be it a Vaishya, be it a Shudra, these are the most worst victims of the caste. That's the Dalits. They are also strengthening the caste. Why? Because their Dalits are imitating the Brahmin. Generally, Brahmins say that, generally Dalits criticize the Brahmins for creating the caste. But what the caste in the Dalit race, what the caste in the Dalit race failed to understand that caste is strengthened by the Dalit themselves by marrying within their own caste. First thing, caste is not created by the Dalit, caste is created by Brahmin. But caste is not spread by the Brahmin to the Dalit or to anyone. Caste is imitated by the rest of the communities. Today, caste is strong in the Dalit community. It is because of the Dalits only, not because of the Brahmin. Ambedkar himself says in his paper, caste created by the Brahmin. Caste was created by Brahmin, but caste was not spread by Brahmin to the other communities. It was communities, non-Brahmin communities themselves imitated the Brahmin and strengthened the caste within their own races, within their own classes. So this is what Ambedkar said. So my dear friends, at the end of the lecture, what my suggestion is that, being a social scientist for whom society is a laboratory, for whom demonstration can be done only in the society, that's why I asked you people personally which caste you belong, which caste you married. So don't misunderstand me. This is the way how we can produce knowledge in the social sciences. This is where how we can, this is my methodology. This is Dalit methodology, which I feel that this is how Dalit methodology is supposed to be. Right? Now, at the end, I would like to say that I know those who have skipped the videos, no, they simply went away from listening my lecture. Otherwise, what you people made you know, what you people makes you to switch off the videos? People keeping only photos, left the lecture, thinking that you can hear it from the YouTube. That's never going to happen, I know. At least listen to my lecture. You know, fine. At the end, what I would like to say that caste is, as Ambedkar rightly said, first formulated by the Brahmin community, but caste is not spread to other communities by the Brahmin. One more point. Ambedkar says that Manu not founded the caste. Many people think that, hey, Manu is the founder of the caste. No, Ambedkar says that Manu is not the founder of the caste. Even before the Manu, Brahmins founded the caste. But Brahmin is not propagated the caste. Brahmin did come to every house, every person. You believe in the caste. Brahmin not did it. It is the non-Brahmin communities who imitate the Brahmin. They did it. Everybody want to be so superior to others. That's why they did it. Endogamy marriages. But why the Dalits are using the caste, I don't understand. Dalits are not superior to anyone. But why the Dalits are perpetuated in the caste? Why the Chamars are marrying only Chamar? And strengthening the caste system. Why the Mahars are marrying only Mahars? And strengthening the caste system. This is very important to understand. So annihilation of a caste, practically, Dalits are not doing. They are crying, oh, I am the caste victim. Casteism, I am crying, caste victim. But they are not practically, they are not doing. Now you may ask me a question. Sir, which caste you belong? What is the caste of your wife? Is your marriage is endogamy? Is your marriage is exogamy? These doubts must be coming in your minds. I know. I am going to give answer with the pride. I am the annihilator of the caste. I have destroyed the caste. I belong to Mala community. I belong to Mala caste from Andhra Pradesh. My wife is Chamar from Uttar Pradesh. So I didn't strengthen the caste. I have destroyed the caste by intercaste marriages. And I proudly say that I am a Dalit because I married within the Dalit race by destroying the caste. So if you want to destroy the caste, don't marry in your own caste. That is not at all your caste. Again, Ambedkar himself very clearly saying, Ambedkar in this book, Caste in India. Caste is formulated by the Brahmin. Rest of all imitated it. So the idea of caste originally not of a Chamar, not of a Chamar Dalit, not of a Mahar Dalit, not of a Arundhatiyar Dalit, not of a Mala Dalit, not of a Madhya Dalit, not of a Mahar Dalit. We are all just, our forefathers imitated the Brahmin and started the caste. Some name they used caste, started. So time has come to end the endogamy marriages. Time has come to strengthen the Dalit identity. If you want to strengthen the Dalit identity, marry within your race. Let there be marriages between Chamar and Mahar. Let there be marriage between Mala and Madhika. Let there be marriage between Arundhatiyar and where is he? Is there? Dr. Bhupati Raju. Are you there? Dr. Bhupati, are you there? Bhupati is not there, huh? Anyhow, so let there be marriage between different castes within the race. Because our importance is the annihilation of caste, not the annihilation of race. Anyhow, I will explain in detail my another lecture. Because this is the book Ambedkar wrote when in the year 1960, when he was 25 only. So after that, Ambedkar read many books. Ambedkar have written many other theories also. And now 2025, there are many developments in the historical methodology. New ideas are born, new conclusions have been made. So I am trying to construct a new theory called race caste theory. So I'll be using the Ambedkar methodology to build some kind of concepts, some concepts in my theory. So I'll be coming with a little bit a new way of explaining the caste. Of course, I'm taking the Ambedkar, but however, there are new innovations, new developments in history. Taking account of those things also, I'll be drawing new conclusions. So that I will be, I'll be explaining you when I give a lecture on the theory of race caste theory. That I will be doing later on. So this is what today's lecture. Thank you very much. Jai Bhim, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for delivering today's wonderful lecture on the occasion of remembrance of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. Now I request this forum is open for question answer session. So those who want to ask a question, please go ahead and Amit Kumar, I understand. Please ask.
Shreyat, you are at Ambedkar Cell Memorial.
Yes, sir. Jai Bhim, sir.
Jai Bhim. Good. Showing to us also 6th December Mahaparinirvan Divas. Good. Yeah, it's Lucknow, right? Ambedkar
Yes,
Cell,
sir.
Lucknow.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Amit Kumar, please
Yes.
go ahead.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
question,
sir.
sir. Yeah, open your video. Mr. Amit, open your video.
Yes, sir. Sir, your lecture is wonderful, and my knowledge is increasing. And congratulations, sir. Your lecture is wonderful. Sir, my 3 questions. I ask 3 questions. Sir, I belong to Khatik community and Dalit. I belong to my caste in Khatik, and I belong Dalit caste. So my 3 questions.
Amit, Dalit is not a caste. Dalit is a race.
Yes, sir.
Kartik is a caste. You belong to Kartik caste in the Dalit race.
Yes, sir. Sir, 3 questions. I ask 3 questions. My first question is, how does Ambedkar interpret like sati, child marriage, and enforced widowhood? कैसे social mechanism for perverting the caste system? Do you agree with his historical reasoning? Give you argument. And my second question: why does Ambedkar consider untouchability as the final product of the caste system? In his argument, supported by historical and anthropological evidence. And my third question: Ambedkar part 2 annihilation of caste only promoting inter-caste marriage, or does he invention of broader program in social transformation and discuss? And my fourth question: what is different between Varna and Kasta? Thank you, sir.
Sir, you are mute.
Amit, let me answer your questions right now. Amit, you must open your video, then only I can talk to you. See,
Yes, sir.
you have asked 4 questions. Out of 4 questions, 3 questions. That untouchability is the final result of the caste, Ambedkar's annihilation of caste, then difference between Varna and caste. These are the questions we can deal with, future lectures, because we are going to hold many lectures related to Ambedkar texts. When we talk about the annihilation of caste, we could talk about all these things, right? Yeah, this thing. And then the first question that directly related to sati, child marriage, widowhood, social mechanism. Do you agree with the historical reasoning of Ambedkar? Yes, of course, I agree with the historical reasoning of Ambedkar. It's Ambedkar take a position that it's because of the sati, child marriage, widowhood, caste has sustained within the Brahmin class, Brahmin race. That's what Ambedkar said. So Ambedkar explains more about that. Why they adopted sati, why they adopted childhood marriage, child marriage, widow marriages and child marriages, enforced widowhood. These things Ambedkar said. But I don't want to explain all those things because it might take more time. And one more thing, just now as on date, those things are not valid. Because Ambedkar said that these things in ancient India, Brahmin practiced to strengthen his endogamy marriage caste system. See, Ambedkar says that endogamy marriage is nothing but another name of the caste. Suppose Kartik is marrying within the Kartik, that's endogamy marriage. That's another name of the caste. So caste, if you want to understand from the perspective of anthropology, the name of the caste means in anthropology endogamy, nothing else. Means marrying within the caste is endogamy. But how to balance the ratio between the marriageable man and marriageable woman, or widow people, those who means after death of the wife, the man becomes surplus man. After death of the husband, woman becomes the surplus woman. What are you going to do with these two people? Because they have already exercised their option of marrying. They married, but their partner died. So what are you going to do with the surplus man? The man who was already married, but he is not having wife. His wife is dead. What are you going to do with the surplus woman? The woman is already married, but her husband is died. She is a surplus woman, widow. So what are you going to do with this widow and widower? You have to provide them some options. So what options? The Brahmin society provided 3 options. Sati, die along with your partner. Die along with your partner. But the sati is reserved only for the woman. Man is not asked, because you see, Ambedkar again writes in his book, who made these rules? These rules are made by the man. Though man made all these 3 rules, but it's not applicable to man. It's only applicable to woman. Sati is because whoever makes a rule, naturally he creates some exceptions for himself. You understand this? Whoever makes a rule, he makes some exceptions for himself. So Brahmin made 3 rules. Sati enforced womanhood and girl child marriage. So in this, sati is sati is actually meant for both man and woman. If woman is died, man also should be die along with wife, but not applicable to man. It applicable to only woman. So woman is burnt along with the dead body of her husband. That's the sati. But can it be imposed? Can it be forcefully implemented every time? It's not practically possible. Wherever it is possible, they have done it. That's why plan B. What is the plan B? Plan B A is sati. Whoever woman, all widows should die with her husband dead body. That's a plan A. Plan B is not failure. Then Brahmin invented plan B. See, I am putting for easy understanding plan A, plan B, plan B, plan C. But Ambedkar didn't use this words plan A, plan B, plan C. But Ambedkar said very clearly that these are the 3 customs Brahmin created within their own class to sustain and to formulate the caste system within the Brahmin caste. That's what Ambedkar said. So plan A, sati, and we all know that it's not so easy to practice the sati. It's not so easy to force every woman to die, to burn herself along with the dead body of the man. So plan B, second option. What is that? Enforced widowhood. Women should not marry a man after death of husband. But man can marry. You see, sati, man also can die along with the woman, along with the wife. But it's applied only to the woman, not the man. Widowhood, enforced widowhood. A man who is not having the wife, whose wife is died, what he is supposed to do? He should not marry any woman throughout his life. But what he is doing? He is marrying. So this also not practically applied to the man. So plan C. Plan C is that girl child marriage. Girl child marriage is related to the second one. That's the enforced widowhood. Enforced widowhood only for women. Women should not marry any man. But what about the man? If you don't allow man to marry any woman, then man will go and marry a girl from some other caste. Widower, the man who doesn't have wife, his wife is dead. So this widower, what he will do? If you don't allow him to marry within your caste, what he will do? He will go to another caste and marry them. Then what happened? The caste system will collapse. it will become exogamy marriage. Endogamy marriage will be end. To protect the endogamy marriage, to protect the caste system, the Brahmin invented another custom, that is childhood marriage, girl-child marriage. Man should not marry already marriageable woman. If he's a widower, if he's marrying the marriageable woman, then it means he's exercising the option twice, marriage option twice. Then there will be imbalance between the marriageable man, marriageable woman. That's why the third custom says that the widower, the widower should marry girl child who is not eligible for marriage. So that what will happen? Their marriage will be held, but they can't have a sexual intercourse. They have to wait till the girl becomes the marriageable age. Mostly in Uttar Pradesh, mostly in villages, people used to do this thing even few years back. Till few years back, mostly even Dalit caste also used to practice this custom of girl-child marriage. This is to maintain the equal ratio between marriageable men, marriageable women. Because if a man already married, his option is over, but his wife is died, again he want to marry, means there will be imbalance. That's why he will be asked to wait for his marriage by giving the small girl into marriage. So till that girl becomes a marriageable, he will get married, but he will wait to have a relationship with her, physical relationship with her. So these are the three customs Brahmin invented to maintain the balance between the equal ratio between the marriageable man, marriageable woman, so that man and woman can marry within the caste, so that endogamy will be continued, so that caste system will be strengthened. Now, as on date, there is no sati, there is no enforced widowhood, there is no childhood marriage. I am sure that even in Uttar Pradesh villages also, when I was there in Uttar Pradesh, when I was working in the Ambedkar Centralist Lucknow, so I went to many UP villages, Uttar Pradesh villages. I found many people married to small girls. Even my friend, when I was studying in JNU, my friend, he is a Chamar Dalit from Uttar Pradesh. He was doing PhD with me in JNU, but he already married. I asked that, where is your wife? He said that my wife is in her, with her parents because she's a small girl. Because his marriage got, he got married when he was a child. It was a childhood marriage. He was not a widow. He's not a widow here. First time only, but he got childhood marriage. So, as on date, these three customs are not really practiced. But however, caste is sustaining. How? Caste is sustaining with only one reason, that is, everybody want to be superior to others by marrying within their own caste. That's why you find great Chamar, what are all these things? These are all strengthening the caste. Ultimately, Chamar going to the victim. See, Chamar identity is a caste identity. Even if you say more and more about Chamar, finally, for time being, you may be happy. Oh, Chamar Geet, Chamar this thing, Chamar that. Ultimately, you will be small. How is the population of the Chamar in India? Small community. But the enemy, the caste enemy, is very big. So unless Chamar translate his identity into Dalit, then only Chamar will become Indian identity. Chamar identity is only UP, but Chamar as a Chamar Dalit, Indian identity. Anyhow, so these are the things. Any other question, please?
Shashikant Sambodhi is here.
Thank you, Akash sir, for giving me opportunity to interact with my respected professor. Sir, it has always been thought-provoking time to interact with you, sir. Sir, in my mind, a very layman type question arises after this lecture.
Thank you so
how
much,
can I
sir.
say? Who? Sir, if we think somehow we are able to eradicate castes in our Dalit community, so my question arises in my mind in socio-economic framework, very layman type. What is the thing we are not getting today after annihilation of caste? At least in our Dalit community, what we will get in after annihilate the caste in socio-economic terms, sir?
You asked me this question when I discuss about the caste race theory.
Yeah.
Once you see, I can give you the answer, but if you want to know deep understanding about the issue which you raised, it's a better, there must be a theoretical basis.
Yes.
The theoretical basis you can get when I explain my caste race theory.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Vishwas.
Jai Bhim, sir.
Jai Bhim.
Study in Mahatma Gandhi International University. Sir, you told about exogamy marriage, but there is some challenges like incident of Nanded, where a girl, Buddhist guy named Saksam, wanted to get married.
Vishwas, I can't see you and your audio also not proper. Keep your camera properly.
Sir, you told about exogamy marriage, but there is some challenges like incident of Nanded.
Open your video, no problem. Vishwas, open your video, no problem. We all belong to same roots. Open your video.
Sir, you told about exogamy marriage, but there is some challenges like the incident of Nanded, where a Dalit boy wanted to get married upper caste Hindu girl, but her parents killed him. So, sir, my question is how to overcome from these challenges?
Very good question, Vishwas. Very good question. That's what again I want to say. See, our issues are interrelated. So today I am discussing only what Ambedkar position about the caste. What is the Ambedkar theory of caste? Your question, again I am saying that it's a very vital question and that needs to be theoretically answered. You attend my whenever I am going to give a lecture on race caste theory, you attend it. I can give answers to all these things for the sake of giving answer. But if we want a theoretical basis, generally any knowledge which is built on strong theoretical foundations, that has impact, greater impact. So to make to give your answer based on some strong theoretical foundations, I want to give this kind of questions, the answers when I talk about the race caste theory. You certainly ask question. I welcome you to ask this question when I discuss about the race caste theory. Next.
Yeah. Thank you. Is there anyone who wants to ask a question? So please go ahead.
Look, our next lecture is going to be annihilation of caste. Our next lecture is going to be annihilation of caste. That is again Ambedkar text only. Coming Saturday, we'll be having that. So after that only, I'll be having the race caste theory. So in that lecture also, we'll be talking about what Ambedkar said, something related to that, Ambedkar, what Ambedkar way of annihilation of caste. Right? So that's the one. Yeah, anybody else? Dr. Bechalan, would you like to ask any question?
No, sir. Lecture is very nice, sir. Very dynamic and very knowledgeable. A very great lecture, sir. So I am very impressed with you, sir.
Encourage students of Ambedkar University also to join. Why only you become the knowledgeable? Give an opportunity to others also to become knowledgeable. Inform them that this kind of lectures are going here. Ask them to join. Encourage your juniors, seniors, your students.
Yes.
Dr. Bechalan, tell your friends, students, and all of them to join this lecture so that we can create an intellectual class in the society. Only intellectual class can bring a change. So if you want to create an intellectual class, you have to bring more and more people to the intellectual discussions. You see, how do you become a good doctor? You have to interact with more and more patients. Without interacting with the patient, you cannot become a good doctor. If you want to become a good intellectual, good scholar, you have to interact with more and more ideas.
Yes, sir.
You understand? So
Yes,
where you could interact ideas, doctor can interact with the patients in the hospital, in the clinics, not on the road. The same way, you will interact with ideas in the intellectual discourses, lectures, conferences, seminars. So unfortunately, our students, they want to become scholars, they want to become intellectuals, but they don't want to interact with ideas, and they don't want to join the lectures, conferences, seminars. So how do you become an intellectual? How do you become a scholar? And without intellectuals, society cannot be changed. The problem is that what doctors doing? Doctors, to become a good doctor, he has to interact with the patient. For that, he has to sit in the, for that, he has to go to the hospital.
Definitely.
Same way, student to become an intellectual, he has to interact with the ideas. For that, he has to go to the, where he has to go? He has to go to the conferences, seminars, lectures.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So encourage more and more students
Yes,
to
sir.
join this lecture.
Join this lecture and also share this video to all of groups, sir.
No, fine. Sharing video means they can understand what I said, but they cannot ask me the question.
Okay, sir.
You understand? Fine. Good that I am really happy that you are sharing the video. I'm happy. No, I'm not complaining to you. I am talking to everyone, not to you. I'm talking to everyone. Everyone should bring at least 5 students, 5 friends. Everyone should bring at least 5 friends to the lecture so that we can create an intellectual class in the society. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So, like that, if you watch this lecture in the YouTube, you cannot question the person who gave a lecture. If at all you want to ask that, if you want to ask any question, you cannot ask. So, watching lecture from YouTube is good, but we must interact. We must join in the lectures. So, anybody is there? Is there anyone to ask question?
Sir, another question in my mind, sir.
Idea is very good and very practical for develop our society, sir. So
Okay,
that is
thank
lecture is very good, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Shashikant.
Yes, sir. Baba Sahib Ambedkar once pointed out that the caste system, the problem of caste system will go beyond the Indian boundaries to affect the Western countries. Now it is comes true. Some laws are implemented in America and Europe also. What they are thinking now about the caste system, Western countries are thinking in which
See,
paradigm?
Shashikant, I could give answer to this question. Today topic restricted to Ambedkar's paper Annihilation of Caste. There only we talk, and very good question. The questions all of you are raising, very wonderful questions. But that could be discussed when related topics are discussed. Otherwise, what happens? See, social sciences are interconnected. So you keep on asking number of questions, irrespective of whatever the topic, because it's interrelated. But let us restrict, because time limit also there. Let us restrict to the topic which we are talking today. So wonderful questions. Thank you very much to everyone. I hope that no one is there to ask any question exclusively related to the Ambedkar text that is cast in India. So may I take leave? Shall we go ahead?
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yes, Akash. Go for vote of thanks. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With the permission of chair, we are moving to the last part of our today's lecture. First of all, from my side, from our coordinator, I thank Professor Leela Karunyakara sir, our founder of Karunyakara Institute of Dalit Knowledge, to accepting the opportunity on the Remembrance Day of Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar for delivering the lecture and the Ambedkar text, which is very important for academic perspective. So I request Mr. Shashikant Sambodhi to please vote of thanks.
Thank you. On behalf of KIDK, I warmly thank Professor Dr. L. Karunyakara sir, a respected Dalit historian and Method thinker, for kindly chairing today's session, as well as his wonderful and thought-provoking lecture as a key speaker on the topic Ambedkar TEXT-1, CASTES in India, Their Mechanism, Genesis and Development. Professor is a former Vice Chancellor of MGAHV University, Central University, Wardha, Maharashtra, and an expert of Dalit affairs as well as Dr. Ambedkar writings. Our sincere thanks to all the participants and attendees of the 26th online lecture in the KIDK lecture series. Special thanks to our coordinators, Dr. Sukeshni, Dr. Darshana Mishram, Dr. Smita Bhagat, Mr. Akash Khobaragade, Mr. Shreyat and Mr. Vijay for their continuous effort and supporting in making this session successful. This lecture series started on Ambedkar Jayanti 2025 continues to spread knowledge and new ideas in the field of Dalit studies. Thank you once again to everyone for your valuable participation. And before we close, please don't forget to subscribe to the Dalit Knowledge YouTube channel, where this recording session will be uploaded soon. Jai Bhim.